Alrighty then, today's video we're gonna talk about this TikToker named Nick, and he claims to be a game developer and has developed 3 games, and recently he's been exposed as a scammer. Nick has about 700,000 followers on TikTok, and in his TikTok he's been recently posting TikToks of his progress in developing some games. His first game being Tomorrow's Past, and in his TikTok, this is what he stated when he said he could not finish the project.
I have some unfortunate news regarding the development of my game. About a year ago today, I started work on a huge project that was way out of scope of what I was capable of. I was planning to make a multiplayer game where you could own businesses and stuff with your friends. Basically, I was just trying to make a game that already existed, GTA Online. And this became a huge issue as of a couple weeks ago when I realized that my workflow was not going to finish this game in time. This game would take multiple years, if not tens of years, to complete if I continued doing this on my own. And when it would inevitably come out, it would still look like crap, like you see here. My game used to look amazing, and it looked incredible, and of course that was because I was just using a bunch of pre-made assets that I bought off the store. This is just a common case of a developer, such as myself, biting off more than he can chew. So I've decided that it's better for me to just pause development for the foreseeable future for Tomorrow's Past.
As soon as he dropped his TikTok, everyone seemed satisfied with the response, so later he moved on to a second project called World of Fate.
This is the Earth. Better yet, you can zoom into the Earth and you can see the different buildings, such as New York City. Now you might be thinking, well, I can do this on Google Maps, that's not that interesting. But this is actually inside a game engine, which means I can make a game out of this. What if I made a game where you start out in one little building, and then you build up your own army and you expand from building to building, taking more and more territory of the city? You could use specific buildings to do specific things. Like you could make this building your armory, this building your storage, this building your headquarters. You could even set up some sort of dock so you can make boats for trade networks. Just imagine building your empire to the size of an entire country, and then being able to trade with other countries around the globe. And then imagine going to war with these other countries. You would be able to start the game wherever you want, even in the middle of the ocean. If you think this is a cool idea, let me know in the comments what you'd like to see in the game. And if you want to help me develop this game even further, you can subscribe to my Patreon to give me a little extra funding.
Alright, now that you think he has extra funding from his Patreon, more effort and more time, and be a bigger success, wrong. His project failed when he released the game. And do you know why it failed? It's because he gave up on the game and abandoned it. Now that he has 2 projects under his belt, you think, man, maybe he has quit. No, he has made a 3rd one in his recent called The Greed of Man. Mind you, he's getting paid $2K a month only from Patreons, and this is how he promotes it.
So yesterday, I told you guys about a game idea I had, where players actually created and ran the world with its own economy. And you guys really liked the idea. Now of course a lot of you are probably thinking, this game's way too hard for one person to make. But I think I'm up to it, as long as I get enough funding. Now the way I'm going to do the funding is I'm going to use the revenue from my previous game, World of Fate, to fund this game. So if you want to support the project and speed up its development, make sure to go get a copy of World of Fate on Steam. And if you can't afford it, that's okay. Just make sure to follow and like. Greed of Man is a free multiplayer game that I am developing alone. In the game, you can choose to roleplay as cops or criminals. You can make your own drug cartels and build your own warehouses. Everything in the city is created by players. In the next video, I'll be adding an item of your choice to the game. So make sure to leave a comment for an item you'd like to see.
So now you may be thinking, oh, what's so wrong with that? A free game, you can do a lot of stuff in the game. What's so bad about that? Well, first of all, once he released his video, it's no longer free. You got to pay $30 for it. And then later on, it had a discount. And then after that, he lowered the price to $9.99. Because it was so bad, everyone hated it and left a bad review. There's nothing to do in there.
My multiplayer game is now available on Steam for early access, and it's even on discount for $19.49. This discount only lasts 7 days, and after that, it's going back to normal price.
This game has been so bad that many YouTubers made videos about it, about how bad it is and how they've been scammed.
So, Big Fry just reviewed my game, calling me a scammer. Now, I'm a 17-year-old in high school, so I don't exactly have all the time in the world to be developing. So the fact that this adult that does YouTube video reviews on scam games is going to take my small project and call it a scam simply because the audience grew so fast and I gained so much traction and I didn't deliver like the next GTA 6. And again, the game's in an early access state. I'm not done with it. I just wanted to get a couple people in to try testing things and bug fixing and adding new ideas that they come up with. And that's why the server sizes were only like 16 people. I wasn't expecting thousands of people to just jump into the game right away, so my servers could not keep up. And you can't be comparing my game to like extremely successful and long-lived developments and projects by big companies. And again, I'm a high schooler. I'm still living life. This isn't the only thing I do. Like, you can't be calling my game a scam just because I didn't deliver some extremely amazing product to you. I mean, it honestly is a passion project of mine that I was just doing for fun, and it just so happened to gain a ton of traction. And it's kind of messed up to call it a scam too, because scams are something where you get your money taken and you don't get anything out of it. It's a Steam game. You can buy the game, and if you don't like it, you refund it. It's not a scam, you keep your money. But I know he gets his power trip by calling things shit and calling things scams, so I'll let him do his thing. So Charlie, aka Moist Critical, aka Penguin Zero, just called my game a scam in a very popular YouTube video, and I understand. And I'm just gonna go through his criticism and explain what I'm doing to better approach the game and fix it. So first off, he's saying I have stolen assets in the game. I do not. None of it is stolen. It is all purchased for money or gotten for free through the Epic Games Unreal Engine Marketplace, which is basically a store where you can go to buy assets for your game. So how am I fixing this? I now have a full-time modeler that has been actively replacing all of the 3D assets that I use, and I'm completely redoing the map with all of my own assets. And about calling all of my games and projects scams, I just don't think I fully understand how large my audience truly is. Like, in my mind, when I was making those projects, I had a really small community of just a few people that were kind of interested and were willing to pay a decent amount of money to help me develop and learn new skills with the game development. But I understand now that my community is so big that if I release a project, it's got to be good or else it's going to be listed as a scam, which is completely my fault. I'll take responsibility. I definitely should have waited to release the early access for Greed a Man until it was in a better state. Because in my mind, I didn't think I was going to get that many players. I thought I was just going to get a couple people that were actually going to fork over the $30, which obviously a lot of people ended up doing it. So it looks more like a scam than just a little kickstart, little early access thing. So the game obviously wasn't in a good state, and I'm working extremely hard right now to get it up into a better state, and I will not be giving up on this game. I'm also working on getting a new job system and getting a whole bunch of basically tutorial systems and questing systems, so then when you join the game you actually know what you're gonna do. You actually have a purpose and something to do instead of just running around naked just kind of figuring out how the game works. And I understand a lot of you are not going to agree with the $10 price tag still being worth it, because I originally did say it was going to be free, so a lot of you were excited for it being free. But I do want to develop my skills as a developer and hopefully make enough money to start my own studio so that I can hire people and get even more people on it. So moral of the story is, game's in a bad state. It's my bad for releasing it so early, for early access, but I'm going to work as hard as I can to actually make the game better. And once I'm done with Greed a Man, which won't be for a long time because I still have a lot to do, I gotta get it to a really good state, I do plan on going back to my previous projects and completely redoing them and making them good. I hope this clears everything up. I'm not trying to be a scammer, I'm trying to be a genuine developer, and I just didn't approach things correctly, and I'll do better in the future.
Alright guys, what do you guys think? Do you think he's a scammer or he's not? You think he's a genuine guy who's trying to be a really good creator? Tell me in the comments. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.